Hello, everyone. This is Heather, the Starlight Priestess, and today we have another pick a card reading focusing on finding your true path. Before we get into that, if you are interested in a private reading with me, the details will be in the description box below, along with information on my Oracle card deck. It is currently digital, although I'm working on getting it printed. So if you are interested in downloading the app, you can do so, I believe, with a initial, like a preview, free preview, or you can just purchase the app, which is actually fairly inexpensive. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into the cards. And you will notice today I have my robe on. It is currently 4 a.m. and I've been up since 2:30. So robe is going to be on for comfort and warmth. Okay, so your first card is Ideal Course of Action. It's a beautiful card. I love this deck. Lots going on in all of these cards. Beautiful illustrations. Okay, card 2 is Be Your Best Self Always. Beautiful seahorse here. That yellow color kind of representing the solar plexus chakra. Last card is Hope and Happiness. Okay, go ahead and pick the pile that resonates with you. You can, of course, pick more than one, and the timestamps will be listed below in the description box. Hello, pile 1. I have pre-selected some of the cards, but not all of them. These are the 2 decks that called out for me for your pile. And so what I figured I would do is I would get the reading started, and then whatever deck calls to me as we are working our way through the reading, I will go ahead and pull some more cards. Okay, so you picked Ideal Course of Action, Spring Equinox Rebirth, Wind, Activation, Winter Solstice, Reflection, a powerful move. So let's put this down here. A powerful move, Broken Open, and the Land Between. Okay. So it feels, what's coming through is that you're at a crossroads. This ideal course of action. It's like you're at a crossroads. And this winter solstice reflection card, it feels like you've kind of been in this place of reflection, this place of looking at your life, seeing what works, what doesn't work. And you're coming to a place where you kind of need to decide. And it's interesting. It says the land between. This is usually representing like you're kind of between worlds. But it could also work for choosing which path you want to go on. And our topic was finding your true path. And that's interesting that your cards that came up are about that path. Okay, so let's see what comes out of this. This is change. We have rebirth. Okay, a powerful move and broken open. Okay, so another thing that's coming through is that the things that are happening in your life, the situations that have been occurring are reflecting back to you where you want to change, but also are showing you what aspects of your life. They're kind of giving you insight. It's like a mirror. And so maybe you're seeing yourself after things have occurred, or you've had recent situations, or just living in general, you have felt or seen that there's certain aspects of yourself you want to change, or certain aspects you want to alter. Maybe you react a certain way to people and you're like, that's not the way I want to be reacting people. I want to, be more compassionate. Okay, just an example. And so you're changing. You're going through this transformation. You're getting closer to your soul. Maybe it's about, because we have the solar plexus kind of illuminated here. So maybe it's about boundaries, and your true path lies in being self-assured, being an advocate for yourself, standing in your power, standing in your light. And as I say that powerful, we have, this powerful move card is right here. So now I'll draw more cards, but it feels like your path is based in your solar plexus chakra and standing in your path, being powerful, but coming from having power and coming from a place of soul aligned energy versus ego energy. And the words ego death are coming through. And so my guides are showing me that what you've been going through recently, and maybe for quite some time, is an ego death to rid you of these limitations that your ego has placed on you, to align with your soul. The universe is going to reciprocate with more things that align with your soul versus you living from an ego-based existence. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay? So, we have this ideal course of action card, and it doesn't feel like any action is necessary right now for you. It feels like this will unfold. Your path will unfold as you take more steps to living a more aligned life, following your intuition, making more boundaries for yourself, or making clearer boundaries for others in your life. Maybe you have people in your life that are toxic. Maybe you have people in your life that are controlling or narcissistic. It is you maybe not even recognizing these aspects of people, but recognizing that they are doing something or acting in a way that doesn't align with who you are. And so you create boundaries to both protect your energy, but also not be drawn into their bullshit. Okay, so with that, I'm being guided to grab some more cards, and the mermaid deck is popping out. Okay. So, pile 1 and finding their true path. Okay. Finding their true path. Transparency. Okay, this is kind of a bigger card, so let me put it over here. Okay. What else is coming up for pile 1, guides? For finding their your true path for pile 1. Sacrifice, transparency, truth. Okay, they're saying, my guides are saying there's more truth coming to the surface. There's more truths that are coming out. And this could be just for you, or this could be people in your life. And truths are being brought to the surface so you can see the bigger picture. And that's why I feel you're kind of still in this in-between. And it's funny, we have the line between, this in-between space where it's not time for you yet to make the decision, or you are not seeing your path quite yet. It's not been revealed to you because there's kind of a choice or a decision that's coming for you. And it's based on what is going to be shown to you, what you're going to see. And like I said, this could be about you. Something about yourself is being revealed to you that you haven't previously seen, or maybe about a situation that's in your life. There's a truth about a situation that you need to see before you make any decisions. Maybe it's about a person. And that clarity, that transparency is going to show you, okay, maybe I'm making sacrifices for this person or this situation or for being this type of person, and I no longer want to be that. I no longer want to be engaged with this person or this situation because it is sacrificing my energy, or it's sacrificing my time, or it's sacrificing my personal integrity. And you make the decision, okay, this is what I'm going to walk away from, or this aspect of myself I'm going to change. And so we're at this in-between place, waiting for things to unfold for you. And it's all unfolding in divine timing. So hang tight, because your path is coming. The unfolding of your path is coming, but you need some more information first. And you're needing to find out some more things about yourself, the situation, everything involved. And so it's not a great place to be in. I absolutely understand it. I've been there. And the in-between is kind of a difficult space. But it's a space for you to get in touch with yourself. It's a space for you to follow your interest, to follow things that resonate with you. So keeping yourself, I guess it's keeping yourself distracted with personal embetterment. That's not a word, but bettering yourself and empowering yourself. I kind of combine those there. So, if you have exercise or meditation, or you want to go back to school, or you want to start a class, something that interests you. And through those chasing passions, I guess you could say, through chasing those passions, you're going to find out more about yourself, and you're going to unfold more of your path. And also my guides are also saying that other situations are coming into your existence that are going to help with that ego death that I mentioned earlier. Okay, there's things going on behind the scenes. There's things that are happening, but it's behind the scenes. So go with the flow the best you can. And sorry, this is kind of slow, but it's so far it's just about being in this kind of in between space. And sometimes that's being quiet. Sometimes that's not having a life filled with distraction, so you can hear what's going on inside of yourself. Okay, there. That's perfect. Inner truths. Delving into what is inside of you. So this could be If you are interested in past lives, if you are interested in discovering aspects of yourself, of why you do things, maybe you're going down the path of psychology. It's finding out more about yourself and who you are, but not just from a human perspective, from a spiritual perspective. And so this land in between, it represents so many things in this reading, but they're guiding me to urge you to explore your past, explore your past lives, explore your spiritual significance in the world. Okay, this is really this feels like the pile of those who are right at the cusp of spiritual awakening, realizing what reality is versus the spiritual reality of the world and the human existence. And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because that is for you to discover, but that's what you're being urged to explore right now. And some of these truths might be related to where you come from. Some of you may be starseeds. Some of you may be, previously fairies, or you're a light worker, and where did you come from? Maybe you have a history with working with the ascended masters. So you're learning and you're exploring, and you're right at that cusp of kind of falling into a whole new path. It's like the Matrix movies where, you have the blue pill or you have the red pill. Which are you going to choose? What do you want to explore? What do you want to learn? Do you want to know the truth of the world? Or do you want to, stay safe in your ego-built world? Okay, so let's see. Let's do a few more cards. Let's take this pile. Okay, pile 1. Passion. Your path, your true path, always aligns with your passions. And so I said earlier, follow your passions, explore what you're interested in, because that is what is going to lead you to your true path. And it could be that you're passionate about something now and it leads you to something else, and then something else, and something else, and something else. But following your heart, following what burns inside of you, following what gives you energy and what brings you joy and what motivates you is where you're going to find your true path. And you may not find what you're meant to do for the rest of your life for some time, but if you're following your heart, if you're following your passions, you are on your path. That is the right path. Passion is always kind of the lead rope of your destiny. Okay, what else is coming up for pile 1? Emergence Dragonfly. That is another card for transformation and change. You are emerging. It's funny because we have this rebirth and we have this emergence. That's exactly what both of them are. It's this transformation. It's this change. You are transforming into the person that is aligned with your destiny and with your true calling and with your spiritual presence in the world. So keep following your passion. Keep following what fires you up. Keep following what brings you joy and what you're interested in. Don't let anyone stand in your way. You are changing. You are transforming. You are becoming a new spiritual body. Okay, this deck is calling to me now, so let's... I believe there's a lot deep within you, and there's a lot for you to learn about your soul's journey, your soul's previous journey. And I believe also what they're showing me is there's a lot going on. So our lives are, past lives, time is not linear. It is circular. And so the way I see it, the way it's been shown to me anyway, is that, and I don't completely understand. It's very deep and very confusing, but it's everything is circular. And so things are happening kind of simultaneously. And so things happening in this, we have our timeline. So this, something that's happening here with you can also be like something you do now can also potentially affect other lives, and other lives can affect this life. And again, I don't honestly know how it works, but learning about your lives or alternate realities or alternate timelines could be of great benefit and significance to you in this life. And I don't know how, because it's going to be different for everyone, but that's what my guides are showing me, is that learning about past lives, alternate timelines, things like that is something that you should look into if it interests you. Okay. A deep breath. Okay. Beautiful uncaging. They're showing me meditation and going into downloading, getting downloads from the universe, because your guides are showing you things. And it jumps over to what I was just saying about past lives and timelines and finding yourself in different periods of existence. So whenever we make a decision, I don't know if you know anything more really about timelines and timeline shifting timelines, but basically whenever you make a choice, that energy splits. And so there was a movie about it in the 90s. It's Gwyneth Paltrow and what is it? Sliding Doors, I think. And she had an incident getting on the train where she missed the train, and it started one timeline, and she made the train and it started another timeline. And everything kind of worked out the same, but she had they were two very different periods of time. I want to say it was like a year, over the expanse of a year or something, where this is what occurred to her life for missing the train, and this is what occurred to her life after making the train. And she came back to the same place, but they were two very different paths. And so when you make a choice, or if some event occurs, there's kind of a split that happens, and it creates two separate timelines. And so, sorry. Okay, so they're showing me you exploring different timelines. And it's funny because we have the 7 and 14, but my guides were showing me like this split. It's a double, like 2 7s equal a 14. So you have two different paths, but they both equal the same space. They both end up kind of in the same space, but you learned very different things along the way. And so this information is coming into you right now to look at potential timelines. And I don't know why. I think it's going to be different for everyone. But it's about exploring your energy in separate existences. Okay, guides, tell me more about that, because that is kind of confusing. Different paths, and why is it important right now? It's about this uncaging and opening things up, opening up knowledge. Okay, Let me see, will they fit? Not really. They're not really fitting. I have so many cards here. Okay. Let's kind of pull these up. See if we can fit them so you can actually see what they are. Perfect harmony, roots of abundance. Let's pull one more. So it's following these timelines, it's exploring different paths. Meditating, they're going to show you, if you go into a meditative state, your guides are going to show you, if you ask for it, different timelines and different scenarios that may have played out in your life to give you the bigger picture of why you're in the space that you're in. Because you are currently in perfect harmony with the universe, but you might have some feelings about, what if I had done this? What if I had chosen this path? What if I had, it's kind of the typical regret. Okay, maybe I should have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. And so it's about exploring these splits where you made the choice and showing you that wherever you are now, you would have ended up here no matter what path you had chosen or what decision you had made. The paths may have been different, but you're still exactly where you need to be. You're in alignment, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like it. It's funny, which card? We had the 11. I swear I saw an 11 out here on the table. But 11 is like alignment. 2 is alignment as well, but 1 is like you're on the path. It's like you're aligned. You're in connection with the universe. And you're getting these downloads, and it's kind of like a communication with the universe in a very magical, spiritual way that's absolutely beautiful. But these showing you these different paths and these different opportunities and these different choices that you made is allowing you to feel more confident. And I go back to this card right here, and empowered, knowing that you, even though you might take different paths right here, they're going to end up in the same spot. So it's not worrying, it's getting you out of the place of worrying about all the decisions that you make. And we talked about reflection. It's not looking in the past, but it's being present in the now, or not worrying too much about the future and making the right choices or making the wrong choices in the past. This is about teaching you to be in the present. And when you're able to be in the present and enjoy the present, be in the now, that's when abundance comes in. That's when you're able to root yourself kind of into reality and this present energy. And that's when you can create abundance, being in the now, being in the present. Okay. They're also saying that you see more, that you're able to see and notice more about the world around you and people around you when you are living in the present, when you are enjoying the now. Okay, let me shift these down so you can see more of the cards. Okay. Well, all going back to finding that true path is you're basically on your path. Follow your passions, because your path is going to, even if your path splits. Even if you have two choices, your path is always going to come back to meet where it needs to be. So you don't have to really worry about your path. You don't have to worry about finding it or looking for it because you're already on it. You're not, even when you think you make a wrong choice, things happen and the universe is your guides are going to step in to get you back on track. So don't worry about finding your true path because you're on it. You're aligned. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card, and this deck has been calling to me, and this will be our last card. Okay, pile one. What is coming through for pile one, guides? Okay, this card it's one of those matte decks, so it's always really difficult to shuffle. Okay. Know you are loved. Final card, know you are loved. They're saying stop judging yourself for the decisions you made, for the choices that you made, for if you think you're on the wrong path or you think you made a wrong decision, stop judging yourself and just love yourself. Love yourself like the universe loves you, like your guides love you. You're not trying to prove anything. There are no expectations for you to be a certain way or act a certain way or live a certain way. You live and love and enjoy. Follow your passions, and that's going to set you on the right path. That's going to set you exactly where you need to be. So keep loving yourself because you are loved by the universe. That is the final message. Okay, pile one. That is your reading. I thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this reading, please hit that like button. If this resonated with you, please let me know how in the comments, or just simply put a hi, or you can put an emoji or something. It's always wonderful to hear from everyone who's watching these. If you would like to see more of my readings, please hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified when I post new content. I'm sending you all so much love, and I hope you have a beautiful day or the rest of your week. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose Be Your Best Self Always, card number 24. So what I've done is I've pre-selected from 2 decks, 6 cards, but we are going to pull more cards, whatever resonates with me as we move through the reading. If you watched pile 1 already, then we ended up with a ton of cards, so we may end up with that for you. We'll see how it unfolds. Okay, tsunami, wake up call, release. Oh, wow. Okay. Letting go and promise. New beginnings. The message that's already coming through is new beginnings require release. Okay, what else do we have? Receptivity. Homeland. And the crane bag. Okay. So in relation to finding your true path, it feels like, this card kind of shows that you're already there. A wake-up call. Maybe you've had a wake-up call recently that's kind of woken you up to people in your life or situations that don't work for you. This is about new beginnings. It feels like we're talking about arrival, journey ends, homeland. You're at peace. You're in your homeland. You're in your place. You're right where you need to be. Okay. Allow yourself to receive. It's coming in for you. You're almost at a space, it feels like you're in a space where you don't need to do anything, except maybe release what's not working for you. So this could be situations, could be toxic situations or people or ideas, beliefs, belief systems. That's been energetically belief systems. Removing belief systems has been very strong lately. I've been feeling it. My guides have been showing me repeatedly energetic things that I need to release and let go of, beliefs, toxic thoughts, thought patterns. And so, for some people, it might be situational, like situations or people need to be released, but it feels like for the majority of you, it's going to be thought patterns, limiting thought patterns, limiting beliefs about who you are, what you want from the world, what you can expect from yourself, because they're saying you are so much more powerful and magical than you can even imagine. And you're creating something for yourself, but you have to let go of the limiting beliefs that you aren't capable of doing or being or having. It's really focusing. Okay. They're drawing me to this card where you have this kind of this yellow energy, and that's very solar plexus chakra, but it's also very it's like her voice. You know, in the Little Mermaid, she took her voice, the evil queen or whatever. Sorry, I have not seen that movie since I was a child, so probably 30 years. So I don't remember the details of it, but I do remember something about her taking her voice. And that's what my guides are showing me right now on this card, is that it's like your voice has been taken. And finding your true path is all about using your voice, finding your voice, using your power. Because your power comes from, they're saying love. Your power comes from love. You have a love energy, a very strong love energy. And it might be, I'm getting chills now. It might be all about loving yourself. And when you can love yourself and honor yourself and accept yourself, that's when you can share and honor and love others. Even the shitty people, narcissistic assholes in your life. Sorry, that was coming through. So maybe you have some really nasty, toxic people in your life, or that you've dealt with them throughout your life, maybe in different situations. But as you empower yourself, as you find love for yourself, even faced with these awful individuals, you can still stand in your light and you can still have love for yourself. And you can just see them for what they are, and they don't trigger you anymore. So maybe it feels like you've had some triggers recently. And people have pissed you off, or people have been mean to you. People have been cruel. People have been snarking behind your back. And it's meant to be a trigger to teach you to love yourself in spite of these douchebags. So I'm sorry, I'm not usually overly sweary. during my readings. I try not to swear too much, but it's just there's some energy coming through. So maybe you've had some really, really jerky people in your life recently, and that anger is irritation is coming through. The energy is coming through, and that's what I'm feeling. But the point is, they're teaching you to love yourself. They're not. The universe is bringing these jerks into your reality to teach you to love yourself. It doesn't matter what they say. These people are not, they don't mean anything in the grand scheme of your life. The message your guides are trying to share with you is to love yourself in spite of what these people are trying to do to you. They're trying to tear you down. They're trying to take your energy. They're energy vampires. They're trying to hurt you, to make you feel bad about yourself. But you have to feel good from within. You have to feel good in spite of what these people say, because they are nothing in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so that was kind of a little soapbox moment. And I could probably keep going on, but we will move on. Just know that finding your true path is all about finding your voice and finding your empowerment, finding your love for yourself. Okay, be your best self always. That's actually very perfect. Be your best self, and your best self comes when you love yourself and are appreciative of yourself for who you are. Okay, so the mermaids, there's more mermaids cards that want to come out. So, okay, I am going to pause the video for just a second. I need to go get my battery charger because my computer is about to die, so just hang tight. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back into this energy. Okay, the mermaid deck was wanting to come forth again. Okay, so what do we have for pile 2? What other messages are coming for pile 2? Okay, friendship, allies. Transparency. Yes, interesting. I got this in pile 1, 2, truths. Huh. Okay. Give me just a minute to sip. Honest. Okay, it feels like there are 2 situations coming forth here. The first one is you're learning about who you are. You're coming more in tune with the real, authentic you. And as you do so, you're going to align with a new group of people. You're going to align with new friends, with, maybe even coworkers. I'm hearing coworkers. So it's like, you have this, and it's funny, I've noticed the fish before, but my guides are actually saying school of fish, like a new school of fish, but like a new school of thought and a new way of seeing, like a new crowd to run with. So you're aligning with a different group of people. But on the flip side, the other situation that's coming forth is you're seeing people for who they are. And this could be a group of people that you have not been, that have been making your life difficult, that have been maybe backstabbing, that have like banded together to almost try to gaslight you, or they're starting lies to manipulate you. So it's like one situation is really positive and you're finding a new group of aligned souls. And the other one, it seems like the truth is coming out about some people. So take that as it resonates. It's going to be different. And there's probably another situation in there as well. But I don't, those are the two that are coming forward. And it almost feels like there have been people in your life, like I was talking about earlier, that have kind of made things difficult for you. But it's to find out who you are. It's to find out how aligned and beautiful a soul you are, even though these people have been gaslighting you and telling you you're a terrible person, or they've been telling lies about you, or all sorts of whatever. It's really to tell you that you're not in the same energy space as they are. And it's to really to teach you, to push you down a path to find out who you are. And so that situation, whatever unfolded, it might have been this wake-up call, this release to let go of these ideals of who you think you are. And now you're at a phase where you have new beginnings. You've made it. You've been through that space. For some of you, you may still be in that space, but you are getting to that space where you're finding out who you are. And now there's time for new beginnings. It's time for a new beginning, and you're at a space where you can be in wait of the universe bringing you beautiful gifts and opportunities and wonderful things. Wow, that is interesting. It's very interesting because I have been in this space with some very manipulative, gaslighting people. Okay, so I feel like I'm aligning with this pile very much. Okay, so let's see what else comes up for pile 2. Guides, what else do you want to share with pile 2 about finding their true path? Okay. New energy. That's what's coming through. New energy. New energy is coming in. Oh, that's perfect. Potential gateway. That's what the words were coming through. New path. New energy. It's a gateway. It's a new opening, new beginnings, but it's like it's not just new beginning. It's like, it's almost like Alice in Wonderland falling down a portal, falling down a rabbit hole, like a totally new way, a totally new opening, like a totally new life. It's almost like you're stepping through to a new dimension. Okay, keep your dreams alive and bountiful harvest. Okay, what they're showing me is dream. Okay, this says dream, but I wasn't even looking at the card when I said that. Dream about where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to create for yourself. See, you have this little opening, this little heart, and it's following a heart-centered path. What resonates with you, okay? So close your eyes and visualize or feel. I know some people can't visualize, so feel what you want to create for yourself. Feel yourself being happy. What are you doing? What are you experiencing? What do you have in your life? Do you have a family? Are you off on a sailboat, in the Caribbean? Are you teaching people somewhere? What is your ideal life? What is your ideal experience? And this is what you're being asked to focus on. Okay? If you have a dream board, or maybe create a dream board, something that you can look at every day. Something I've done for myself. I don't know if I'm being called to share this with you, so it might help. I know dream boards are kind of difficult because magazines aren't as common as they used to be, and so what I did is I created pictures. And so when my screensaver goes on at work, I see these pictures coming up and it reminds me. And so it kind of raises my energy to look at these pictures and think of myself doing these activities. And so it's keeping yourself in a vibrational energy to match what you want to do. And so, that's very interesting. So what my guides are showing me is focus on what you want to do. Like, take a picture of something you want, okay? And I'll just keep it simple for this example. So maybe you want a specific car, okay? So look at the car, visualize yourself driving it, if you can. How does it feel? Feel the seats, are they leather? Are they fabric? Feel the steering wheel. Feel your foot on the pedal. Feel yourself or visualize yourself driving down the freeway. I'm in Germany, so that would be a joyful experience, driving down the Autobahn at 100 miles an hour. So what resonates with you? What makes you happy? What energy do you feel? When you feel that very excited, happy energy, that's the energy that you want to match or to be in to create that thing, to manifest that thing, or to manifest that situation. It's all about matching frequency, matching energy levels. And when you can match that energy level, that's when you're going to create that thing for yourself, or that way of being, or that life. And sometimes you can create that with gratitude. Sometimes it's visualization. There's a ton of different ways to raise your energy vibration to match that picture of the life that you want. So it's going to depend on you and what resonates, because everyone is different. But that's this keeping your dreams alive card is all about matching, holding in your mind what you want to create for yourself, and then knowing how to match that energy. And that's going to be your key to moving into that new life. But very, very important is you have to know that you deserve it. You have to know that it is right for you, that it is meant for you, and that it is okay to have that. And so if you have any feelings of doubt, that's something that needs to be released. Those are the thought patterns. Those are the limitations that need to be let go of and released. Okay? So sometimes even thinking about what you want will bring up these, like a little wake-up call, and you'll say, oh, I can't have that. You have that nagging feeling, that gut feeling that's actually lower vibrational. Say you want that car, that specific car, and you have this icky feeling in your gut about it. That's not an icky feeling that maybe that's not meant for you. The icky feeling comes from a doubt that you have, thinking that you can't have it or that you can't get that for yourself. And those are the doubts, those are the ego aspects of yourself that need to be let go of, that need to be healed. And that's a wake-up call, saying to you, okay, this is going to limit your ability to manifest this. So you need to eradicate that from your energy field, from your mindset. You have to eradicate that limiting belief. And so that's part of, another healing journey. But finding your true path is, you're there. I know that's very, very simple, but let's pull some more cards. Let's do this deck. But finding your true path, it just seems like you're already there. Okay, the Royal You. Okay. A lot of times when this card comes up, it represents the solar plexus chakra. And that's this right here. We already talked about the solar plexus chakra and honoring yourself and empowering yourself. Okay, what else is coming up for pile 2, guides? What other message would you like to come through for pile 2? I didn't talk about this Bountiful Harvest card. Oh, wow. Okay. I guess we're back to the Bountiful Harvest card because it just knocked it out. But it's like you're here. It's her arms are outstretched, and same with her arms outstretched here. It's like you've made it. You've made it to this really beautiful spot where all you need to be is yourself. You just need to sit in a space of empowerment and love for yourself and being true to yourself, honoring your true nature. And the universe is bringing in what you want. The universe is bringing you a gift, the harvest. And look, we have the bird there and the bird here. And both of these cards are almost identical. With the bird, it's like she's holding the world, or the world is hers. And there's that gift right there. I never saw the coincidence before. That is incredible. They're almost identical with the gift and the bird and the outstretched hand. Look, she even has something in her hair, and she has flowers in her hair. She has like feathers in her hair. Okay, I guess we're going with that card. Into me I see. What do you want? We're right back to what kind of a life do you want for yourself? Look inside yourself. And we kind of have these very similar colors. Oh, and look, 3 and 5 makes 8. And we have card 8 right here. They're almost identical colors with the yellow and the blue and the solar plexus chakra and the throat chakra. It's all about what you truly want, what resonates with you, and knowing that you can have it. And you are like the epitome of love. You are like the universe's love in physical form. And you can attract, knowing that you are capable of and have the power and have alignment to receive whatever you want, because it's your life, it's your energy. So don't let any people or situations tell you that you're not deserving of amazing things. So what she's, into me I see, what do you want? Look inside yourself to figure out what you want for yourself, what you want to create for yourself, what you want your life to look like, what you want your life to be. I guess that's part of the path. So like the path that you're on right now is it's all about, what do you want your life to look like? Because it feels and it looks like, from the layout of the cards, that you're right exactly where you need to be right now. And your true path will, I guess, unfold with time. Okay, oh no, okay. True path. Finding the true path. Sometimes these are not quite so simple. Okay, door to personal healing and happiness. And look at that. Again, we have that throat chakra, solar plexus chakra energy. That's your key. Okay, that's what it is. Finding your true path is all about staying empowered and able to be your authentic self. And look, we have authentic on this card right here. It's being in your authenticity. That is your true path. So your path, that's why I was feeling it was kind of unsure earlier. Now I understand. It's your path may change, flow, kind of go from here to here. There's not one way of living, not one way of being, or one job, or one career, or one love interest, or it's not about specific aspects of your life. Your true path is staying in this space of love and empowerment for yourself. And so whatever you do in your life, the true path is staying true to you. Okay? The true path is staying in your power, being able to speak up for yourself. That is your true path. That is your door to personal healing and happiness. Different jobs are going to come along, different careers, different people in and out of your life. Maybe you move around the world. As long as it continues to align with your authentic self, it's going to be your true path. Okay, you have gifts from the universe. You have these opportunities for beautiful new beginnings and, changing your energy to align with different timelines and to follow different dreams. As long as you're staying true to you and as long as you are making decisions based on love for yourself and empowerment for your personal empowerment, then you're going to be on the right path. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not any one specific thing. It's just staying true to your voice and your personal empowerment. Okay, let's do one more card and then we will close out the reading. This is always a more difficult deck to shuffle because it's a matte. One of those matte. Okay, and I don't use it very often. Okay, one last message for pile 2 guides. One last message. One last message for pile 2. Okay. Assess the situation. It just feels like more of the same information. What in your situation doesn't align with your empowerment and your voice? Okay, it's just taking into account what is around you, what is going on in your life, and looking at each aspect of it. Does it feel empowering? Does the situation feel empowering to you? Are you able to speak up? Does it resonate? Does the situation, or does this, friend or whatnot, the people, do they align with your authentic self? And if you don't know who your authentic self is, that's another journey. And I will say that, finding your authentic self could be a lifetime, could take a lifetime, but it's finding where you feel empowered. Do you feel good about yourself? Can you love yourself in this situation or with these people or in this job? Okay, that's the primary focus. Okay, I am going to close this reading out here. If you like this reading, please hit that like button. If you would like to leave a comment to tell me how this reading resonated, please do so below. I always love hearing how the reading resonated, or if you like it, or just drop a couple emojis. That would be great too. If you'd like to see more of my readings, please click the subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you are notified when I post new content. I'm sending you all so much love, I hope you have a beautiful day and the rest of your week. Hello, pile 3. Okay, let's jump into your reading. You chose Hope and Happiness, card 48. I have pre-drawn a few cards, but we'll draw more as we get into the reading. I will say when I first connected with your pile, it felt very soul-oriented. So let's see. So it feels like there might be a lot of like star seeds, light workers, energies like that in this pile. Okay. Especially since the starseed deck is what resonated. Okay, amplify your positive emotions. Now this card, when I was shuffling, they popped out, and the first energy that I got from this card was very like inner child energy. We'll see what the message is, and look, we have gratitude and appreciation, but I also feel very childlike, magical energy. It's like your soul resonates with your childhood self. Okay, these are always very, very deep cards. Creating a new path, portal, Egypt. Some of you might resonate with Egypt. Nourish, body care. This does feel like you are kind of like the black sheep, that you do your own thing, that you have this inner child magic. And for some of you might be disconnected from your inner child because of trauma and aspects in your life. But your inner child is the key to you finding your path and finding your place in not just this world, but in the spiritual realms. Okay? Okay, interesting. I really, I thought I resonated with pile 2, but I do have memories from Egypt, from my time in Egypt. So this pile resonates for me too. Interesting. Okay, this one was coming through first. Okay, what else do we have? You need to cleanse your energy. That's the first thing that's coming through. Cleansing your energy. Look, the unicorn and the maiden. Oh my. We have 2 unicorns. That is very unique. I haven't gotten... Okay, I'm going to move my sage real quick. Look at that. Magic. It's almost like... It's interesting. She has red hair. She has red hair too. There's magic. It's like the little girl has grown up. That magic is still within her. But she's kind of wary. She almost looks wary. She looks wary and apprehensive. It's like the innocence is gone, which that could be for a lot of people. Your magical childhood self kind of was traumatized out of you. Light the darkness, ancestors. The message is coming through is about the fairy, though. About the fairy. You have this beautiful light fairy on top of this, the head of this like shadowed troll. And she's the light. She's bringing in the light. You are the light. You are the light in all situations. And you have to find that light. Let me do one more. Okay. Well, let's see. I think we have enough space. Gatekeeper, fairy. Time shifts, timelines. And we have this portal right here too. We have this door. We have this doorway. They're both portals. They're both timelines. You know, it's interesting. Okay, if you resonate, if you resonated at all with pile 1, you might want to watch that one too, because I talked about timelines in pile 1. And that's the same energy that's coming through with you, the shifting of the timelines. And it's like, my guides are showing me that you can visualizing the timeline, seeing the change, seeing yourself. But it's also about going back in time, it's like jumping around in timelines, going back to when you were a child. But for you, it's for childhood. Okay, pile 1 wasn't about childhood. What's coming through for you, pile 3, it's about childhood. You can, if you ask your guides, you can see things that would have been different had you not made the choices that you did. Okay, so this is just a situation this is what my guides just showed me. So this is something I experienced. When I was 8, I made the choice to live with my dad, which was come from a divorced family. I was currently living in Hawaii with my mom, and because I was blonde, I was beaten up regularly by classmates because I did not have the appearance that everyone else did. And so my mom and I had this argument, and I said, let me go live with my dad. And that started 7 years of physical, mental abuse, and a lot of trauma. And so it's okay. It's going back to, what if I hadn't made that choice? What if I had stayed where I was? And that's the situation they're showing me for you, is looking at your childhood and saying, okay, if I had made this choice, what would how would the timelines have been different? Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out why you're being asked to see that. It doesn't matter. Okay, they're saying it doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter how the timelines played out. That's not what matters. What matters is learning something about those two paths. So there's something, if you made a choice, there's something on that other path that you can still learn from. Even though it's in the past, time isn't really linear, you can still see that experience. So there's like a bit of information in there. And it's funny because we have these two children. It's almost like the split path. One path you experience one thing, another path you experience something else. And there was something on that other path that you can still learn from, and that might clue you into finding. It feels like there's something more magical on that other path. Yes, you had lessons on one path, but there's something magical about the other path that you will experience. Okay, so it's showing me there's something like opening, like an experience that would have opened you up to your psychic abilities or healing powers or something like that didn't occur, and you're at the space where you can do that now and learn about that now, or you're on a path to learn about that. But you can go back to that timeline and you will learn about that faster. You will learn about it now instead of it unfolding. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Interesting. I really, really hope that makes sense. But you're learning about your light. And there's something about your light from your childhood that it was hidden. It was like the one path that you chose, like say for this, they're kind of showing me this. It's like the cards line up like this, if I have room. So you have the unicorn here and the unicorn. It's like this is a more magical path. There's more magic. She's learning about her magic, but she's still coming out kind of wary and in her adulthood. But here, the child is taking a different path and then having to find their light in the shadows. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Take that as it resonates, because that's, I think that would take, to really go down that path, that would take a lot longer, and it would really, it's really going to open it up to specifics for each individual person. And since this is a collective reading, I'm not going to do that. But that's the path. It's like these paths split when you're a child, and you're going to find something on the other path not taken. So go into a meditation state, or if you have a reader that you trust, maybe they could see that for you. Access your Akashic records, something to see if you can learn more about that alternate path when you were a child. Okay. I am going to take one more card. What else is coming up for pile 3 and finding their true path? But it feels like your true path is a very, very magical one. Keeper of the secrets. That feels like it's going back to this set of cards that we just talked about, the magic. There is a secret. You have a secret within you. You just don't have access to it right now. It's interesting too. Look at the cobwebs. Cobwebs, to me, the message with spiders and cobwebs is it was about spiders create their world. They create their, okay, another thing that's coming through, is time portals too on a spider web. And this takes me back to another reading where my guides first showed me that, like, the water droplets, the dew on the web of a spider, it's almost like the spider can crawl. They were showing me the spider crawling through those water droplets and going from portal to portal, like time shifts. It's almost like you can time travel. The spider is a message for time travel and creating their destiny. They weave their destiny. They weave their future. But they have this ability to time travel. It's very interesting. I need to meditate on this because I've now gotten that in several readings, so I need to look more into that. But it's like this information is sitting here for you. You experienced it or you know it, and it's sitting here for you, but it hasn't been touched in a while with the spider webs. But going back and accessing that knowledge from your childhood, that separate path, is where you're going to find that knowledge. And it feels like secret magical knowledge. There's something in there. There's something, and it's funny, it's calling me back to this calling me this Egypt card. You could have had some kind of, on that separate timeline that you didn't experience, you could have had some kind of experience that took you back to your past, but like a past life, like back to Egypt, back to Lemuria, back to another dimension. It could have actually fast forwarded you to another dimension too. You could have experienced something that was very otherworldly, that was very, starseed is coming through as well. And so you could have had an experience on that other timeline that really pushes you into learning who you are and what your true path is. So it feels like, we're talking about finding your true path in this reading. It feels like you will find that when you go back to this timeline, this magical timeline from your childhood. Wow, that is very interesting. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, what else is coming up? This is a very interesting reading. I have never experienced anything like this before. Okay, we're going to go with it. What else is unfolding for pile 3? Okay, so another message that's coming through. I don't know if it's for one person specifically, but someone has some kind of energy in their index finger. They're showing me like touching it to the tip of the unicorn and having magic, and my whole body is vibrating right now with this magic in the finger. Okay, so you might have some kind of healing abilities, some kind of energy related to your fingers. Okay, I mentioned that before that I remember Egypt. I have visions of Egypt, and in those visions, I'm always healing with my middle finger. So your index finger could be something similar for you. Maybe for the one person that's out there. Okay, breathe. Okay, what else is coming up for pile 3? Breathing, they're saying breathing life into something. Rainbow blessings. Okay. Cave, sanctuary. It feels like a time of going inward. We have the sanctuary, we have the breathe, and it feels very like you really need to, and oh look, we have this water, this nourishment and body care and rest. You need to step back from being too active. Finding your path is all about creating something new for you. It says pave a new path. Finding your path is not finding it, it's creating it. It's designing. And it feels like this healing energy, you have some kind of healing energy, magical healing energy, like with your fingers, with this, because we have the unicorn, and I saw that vision of the unicorn. It's funny, we have the rainbow here and we have rainbow blessings. Yeah, you have some kind of magical healing ability or some kind of energetic ability to do something that you're going to find on this other path, this magical path that you didn't take. That's where you're going to find that. And you might just find like a little nugget of information. And it's going to develop into something else, and it's going to take you back to other civilizations. But you were going to be introduced to that during your childhood. It was going to be kind of reintroduced into your life, but that was not the path that was taken. And that could have been on purpose. It may not have been anything to do with a choice that you made. You were a child. The choice may have been made for you by parents, but it feels like it was divine intervention. It feels like you needed to go through some other things. It was kind of karmic that you needed to go through these other situations before you were able to get to this healing, this place of healing or this place of magic. But it's there. It's in your history and you can access it. Interesting. That is so interesting. Okay, let's see. What other cards? Oh, yeah. Okay, so coming back to breath and sanctuary. you need to go inward to discover this. So you need to quiet things on the external. You need to quiet your mind. You need to, we go back up to hope and happiness, not necessarily the words, but the card itself. She's communing with the universe. See, so to me, soul energy is always blue. And so you can see she's kind of blue here. And she has, like, her hair is all these colors and it's flowing out into the cosmos. And that's what you need to do. You need to connect with the cosmos. You need to connect with the divine. You need to connect with the magic that is in everything. And go back to this time shift of your childhood and explore that. You really need to go in deep here. This is requiring some very deep spiritual exploration. It's almost like a quest. That's the that. It took me a second for that word to come through. Quest. Quest is the word that's coming through from my guides. It's like a magical quest. It's a quest to find your magic. Because you have it. It is in you. It is experienced by you. It was experienced by your alternate self on another timeline. It's there, but it's just quiet for right now. It's like kind of locked away. But she's holding the key. And that magical timeline that that is not part of this existence, although it is part of an alternate reality, you just need to access that. You need to access that other person. Breath work. Breathing. Just taking a breather from life. I did a breathwork session the other day. I haven't done it in a long time, so my guides are taking me back to that space that I did the breathwork. I learned that if you do breathwork, or if you're at all interested in breathwork, that could be something that will help you see that timeline. Like if you go into a breathwork session with the intention, I am going to see that other timeline. That's something that could help you access that other timeline and the magic that's there. But it's about going inward and learning. The blessings are already here. They're already around you. They're already surrounding you. It's just about accessing them. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, what time? Okay. I am being called once more to this deck. Now, sometimes I have not used this deck very much, and it's a matte deck, so it's hard to shuffle, but we'll see what comes up. What else is coming forward for pile 3? It's already been a very, very deep reading. I don't know how much more can be shared, but okay, guys, what else is coming through for pile 3? All paths lead home. Turn your gaze within. That's exactly what I was saying with this sanctuary. And 4 is breathe and turn your, look inside yourself. The information is in there. That's where you're going to find information about your true path. Finding your true path, you can find it within you. Yeah, this is pile 3. You are definitely very, very deep, very magical, spiritual. Okay, what else is coming up for pile 3? Okay, 2 popped out, so we'll go with those 2. The 7 Star Sisters. Birth and Creation's Tapestry of Light Expressions. It's very muse. Reminds me of like the muse. There's a story with muses, I want to say. And a group of women. isolation, physical connection, community. We talked about isolation here, but it feels like as you go down this path, as you access this portal, as you go through learning about your magic, you're going to find people. There are going to be people that pop up in your path that are going to help you do that. It feels like there have been people in your path. It feels like people you have known have been placed there purposely to help you find your magic. They may have come and gone, but it's like what they're showing me is like walking down the street. Say you're just, they're showing me like walking down the street in New York for some reason. So this may be pertinent to someone, but you'll get like a person handing out flyers and another person selling, fake Prada purses. But they're just little glimpses, these little tiny interactions, but they have something to say. Like maybe the flyer had a keyword on it, or the way the guy is selling purses, there's a message in it. And it feels like there is just this constant string of these people that have popped up in your life, and in and out, they like people that don't mean anything. They're not, like people who are friends or people in your life that are daily. It's like little tiny glimpses, like a gas station clerk. Someone waves at you on the street corner, and they're showing me like someone waving you at the street corner, and then something was on the radio, and right at that specific time, the time when they waved and whatever was being said on the radio was pertinent, and it was a message for you. And so pay attention to these teeny tiny little messages that are coming through. Like all these random interactions are not at all random. They are your guides sending you very specific messages. It's almost like a puzzle. It's like when these things happen, listen to the words that are being said or seeing the words that are on a billboard. Pay attention. The messages are coming through for you. And the messages are going to be different for everyone. But pay attention to those teeny tiny little messages. And that's where insight comes too. Your guides are helping you. They're helping you so much more than you know. And it is very, very in depth. It's like very planned, very synchronistic. And you have this team that's giving you ideas, like they're your muse to help you create the life that you want. Because your path revolves not specifically around certain ways of being or things, a career or, having a family or traveling the world. It's not like specific ways of living. It's around magic. Your true path is based in magic and whatever your specific magic is. So once you're able to find that magic, once you're able to tap into that, once you're able to understand that, it's going to give you purpose, and your path from there is going to unfold. And whatever path that is, it's going to be up to you. That's going to be whatever you want. But your path, your life path, your destiny is all relating to this magic, to this magical thing. And it's related to past lives. So Lemuria, Egypt, something like that. And you're going to be forging a new path. It's not going to be, you see people that are life coaching and whatever else. It's not something that you're going to see there. It's not something that's been done. It's something that's unique. It's something that's magical. It is something that is otherworldly. But right now, the world is ready for it. The world needs it. And so you're going to bring it forth. And it feels like ancient knowledge. It feels like ancient magic, ancient knowledge that has been hidden or the world hasn't been ready for. It might have been tried in some place like Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, one of the, ancient civilizations. It might have been tried, but something didn't quite work. The people weren't ready for it. But now we're in a space where it can be brought forward. And you're that vessel to bring it forward, to bring that magic and to wield that magic. I'm feeling very, very deep roots for you because you know how to wield that magic. You have that knowledge. You have that ancient knowledge. You're not just some random human that was given this. You were put here to bring this knowledge forward into the world, into humanity. So you might have been in Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, as a priest, as a priestess, as some, you could be a starseed that has been watching or helping humans exist for all these thousands of years. And now you're coming forth in human form to share this knowledge with humanity. I am very, very, very deep spiritual roots. I am getting chills. Wow, pile 3. That is something else. Okay. I am going to leave it. I did a final card from one of my decks for the last 2 piles. I do not feel that your pile needs it. It doesn't resonate for you. So I am going to leave your reading with what it is, and I'm just bowled over by the information and knowledge that came through. Still just tingling. This is incredible. Okay, pile 3, if you liked your reading, please hit that like button. If this reading resonated with you, please let me know how. I would love to know what resonated with you. If you like my readings and would like to see more of them, please hit that subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified when I post new content. I am sending you so much love, pile 3. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day and an amazing week, and I will see you back here for more readings.